Hi guys, welcome. There can't be enough bias videos of UEFI settings, motherboard settings videos around there, because that's the start. If you can't set this right, you can't have Linux, and you just restricted to Windows, and that's no fun. What do we have? Well, probably gonna see the version somewhere, but the BIOS version is one of 2003. That's up here. Build date of April 2012, and we'll soon know what version we're on. But I can tell you it's an Asus Prime Z490-A. I have the box behind me. So, system language, English. I just by accident put it to Korean, which is nice. Didn't get it. So, back to English. Alright, that's that. Now, what do we need to change? Security. Let's have a look what's in here. Click, password and all that. That's for school, universities, companies where you can't change the BIOS. I hate that when it happens, right? Because you want to be in control of your system and suddenly there's a password on there. So, without passwords, we have a turbo mode frequency 5100, DRAM of 3200, cache frequency, you can read the things that we post online here, what we see here. You see the left side, the right side not so good, so 3800 megahertz is I think by default, so its slowest is that one. Base frequency 29 Celsius, nothing, right? I have 32 gigs in there. Here it is, 32 gigs and a few kernels, of course. Was it 8? Was it? I don't know. We'll see. I've made the decision, but once its decision is made, then it's playtime. So here we go. Some AI features in there. Well, definitely we'll have a look later. So this is the first time ever I've seen this thing. We need to go to something where Linux related. I do see some people who have issues with NVMe. The only tip I can give you that helped others, and actually it's their tip, is update the BIOS or the UEFI so that Linux can work on NVMe. That's the tip. So I guess we'll be looking at boot. Yeah, there we go. Secure boot. Other OS. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, but the guy where I bought it probably said that already because he knows I am behind ArcoLinux, so he probably changed that already. Fine, so other OS is important. So secure boot, Windows UEFI mode, forget about it, other OS. And then boot configuration, is that anything in here? Fast boot enabled, cool. Fast boot, disable the logo, great. Good idea, post report 1 second is cool. So yes, they have been playing around, I think, already in the BIOS, the setup to help me. Fine, that's cool, that's super cool. So, exit this. I'll definitely take a look at more things, but those are the important things. There's one thing more I haven't checked, that's can I run my VirtualBox, my virtual machines, my VMware, my boxes, my QEMU thingy. And oh, here we are with all the cores. Aha, I guess it's a 10 core. 8 cores, oh, 8 cores, 16 threads, that's the number. These are so strange numbers. But 8 cores and 16 threads would be sufficient to make ISOs, I would think. Now, here it is. He did not think of that. So disabled, enabled. So Intel VMX virtualization technology, find the line, something like that, equivalent like that, virtual, something virtual, and probably that's gonna be it. Exits, save changes, and yes. The USB is in there. I have no clue what it is to boot up. I hope it's F8. I'm pressing F8 as we speak. Okay, there he is. He's booting up. F8, yay, it's F8. All right, true. I told him, no, not true. Enter setup. I thought I told him to put an SSD in there, and I don't see it. So boot maybe. Here it is. UEFI Samsung Flash 8.3. That's my USB. So don't see. Let's boot. I don't see the actual SSD. Let's see if we put something in there. There is a 2 terabyte in there. Doesn't seem to be connected to solid state drive of Samsung. It's I can't read this. VNAND SSD 870 EVO. That's what I went for. So let's try again. Shut down. Start up. Because of course I can't install ArcoLinux if the motherboard doesn't see the hard disk. Ah, I saw the line. Okay, cool, we're off. Boom. Ta-da-ta-da. Upla. Let's move this a little bit around. Still having fun with my little tripod. What's the name again? CDDP. If they would make more DJI, I think it's called DJI, something like that. Quite happy with it. So if you want to know, task. Awesome. I see a cursor. The dreaded black screen. I bought myself a good computer. Run Calamares. Let's hope it sees the hard disk. It has to see the hard disk, Eric, otherwise he'll tell you there's a problem. Nah. Cheap ported. Okay. Terabytes, right? Terabytes. 2 terabytes. Cool. We can go for an installation. This is what I do, right? This is what I do. You are so welcome to do anything else. But as a first trial of ArcoLinux, I would just go skip everything. So this is ArcoLinux XL. XL meaning what you see is what you get. It's extra large with GIMP and all that, rebrowsers. This is the way we build our ISO. This is the way we develop it with all the GIMPs and the Inkscapes for you. So I don't put anything on there. No buttons here to click anything. Try that out first. See what it does. And later you get to know more and more from your system. I do want to have Flameshot. Actually, I want Flameshot Git. So I have a script called ArcoLinux Nemesis and I'll run it later. And it's gonna get Flameshot Git version, so the latest development version. And well, with such a big, I can go for a Hibernate. It's just this little piece here, but it's exactly 34.3 gigabytes. So it takes around, it's around 10% of what you have in memory. I have 32, so hence the choice from Calamares. It's just a rule, just an algorithm that's in there. Let's give it a name. This will become my official ISO builder in July and August. All right, next, install, and off it goes. And now we can go and have a look. So rather than making everything minimalizing, remember you have desktops enough. We have 4 desktops, right? So on desktop 1, this is happening. On desktop 2, I'm gonna show what this is. This is INC -B. So we're going to install ArcoLinux XL with this version. It's 64 bits always. I'll never build 32 bits. No, don't ask me, I'll never do it. He still doesn't know what this is, so the motherboard is not available. I'll read it again. It's an Asus Prime Z490-A. I've decided to take this one since the 590. I saw some posts. Does not work, does not work. Next kernel will have a support. So I said, let's play it safe. So I went for an Intel with Z490, and then the rest, yeah, is just, well, Intel in my case, and CPU and memory. So an 8-core Intel Core i7. We compared it with i9. It was actually faster because of the base speed. So if you can boost your CPU, but at some point in time the boost is gone and it falls back to the base system. How fast can it go at the slowest, right? So I have an Intel Comet Lake, never seen this name before, but it's basically the 630 UDH, ultra high definition, I suppose, something like that. And the driver is i915, which is awesome because it means I have been having no problems booting up, installing, upgrading, updating, and in all these 4 years, the Intel has been super stable. So that's super for me. I do intend to hook up another cable, but I need to go to the store again to buy another cable. And for the rest, it's just Intel here. I see we have internet, so that's cool. That's the thing, right? In Linux shouldn't be difficult, it should be easy to install, but unfortunately, there is just way too much hardware to support them all, right? And you have to figure it out from time to time. But hey, as you can see, you can buy things that just support ArcoLinux. So, anything else to say? There is a probe we can give already. Send the guys a probe, and then you can, I will dictate and you can have a look, or I do a Control plus, and you can try to read it. Control plus 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 plus. All right, I hope you can read it now if you hold still in YouTube. https linuxhardware.org/ and then question mark probe equals 58933EBBO6. I repeat, the probe is 58933EBBO6. So that's where you can find it. It's just a click away. So this Control C it. Well, Control Shift C it, and then I probably have something on internet here. I'll have to choose my browser, and then we can have a look. I hope it works fine. So there you go. So in here are all the probes of all the machines, and I invite you to send probes as well, because it's this way that I find parts. I want to know if, for example, this motherboard has ever been installed on anywhere, right? Find parts. Prime Z490. So I did set Prime Asus, I think. Prime Z490 and stop there, I suppose, because there are some versions out there. Our vendor is probably Asus then. Asus Prime Z490. Voila. And we have the P, a V, and an M, and I thought this one, I said, okay, if Fedora can run it, if OpenMandriva can run it, Ubuntu can run it, and also found somewhere an ArcoLinux as well. So I knew, okay, should be working, right? This motherboard, right? Just the motherboard. But that's, of course, the prime thing that has to work. And then the rest comes, the RAM, the CPU, and so on. One last thing. How's my installation going? Okay, I can restart. Let's do that first. Let's pull it out. USB. There it goes. Quite happy of these things. It's aluminium. I know it says something. It's 128 gigabytes. It's super fast. Can't read from which company it is anymore, but I think it's Samsung. I have always a sticker over it, because hey, there are only a few things to install: XL, XS, and the D. So these guys, Yeah, I think it says here at the end. So these are Samsung things. Just saying, it works. Don't get any discounts for us from Samsung at all. So there you go. I have my system, 2% is used. 600, 700 megabyte is used, that's nothing. And I have so much more to give. And that's my, suppose my Turbo 16, so I can give 8 to VirtualBox. Ooh, would be nice. But hey, here it ends. I have to stop somewhere. Maybe just a quick update. And that will be it. Boom, there we go. I guess the Sublime Text def is still in there. So I have to type, here it is. I have to say Sublime Text 4. Get me that one. And then we reboot, and I'll drive off, buying myself a cable for my second monitor. All right, guys, this is hopefully helpful. So use the tools that are online, use the probe, share your config, please share your config with probe, just type in probe, and more and more people will be in there in the database, and then you know, I should buy this, I should buy that, and then no issues, I can have SUSE, I can have Manjaro, and so on. All right, cheers.